Yo, what's up everybody? Arie here and welcome back to another video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, is the day we're finally releasing the 24-hour dropshipping challenge. Ever since the good old days when I first started my YouTube channel, you guys have been requesting a challenge. Now, a quick word before we begin the video today. So this was the first time that I've ever done a 24-hour challenge, and quite honestly, it's not enough time to build a proper business. Now, we did get some results, but I definitely don't recommend anyone try to rush their store. So please take this video with a grain of salt. Even though it is possible to make money this quickly, I honestly don't advise it. I actually wish I would have recorded this challenge live so that you could see how stressful it was to try to rush everything. But you live and you learn. This is the first time I've done this, like I said. So now I know exactly what I did wrong filming this and in the challenge itself. So for the next one, we can make up for it. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. You make mistakes, but you learn from them. Now, I made this store literally in 24 hours. And the way that I actually got sales for this challenge is by doing an Instagram influencer shout out. So I recently made a video on how to actually approach influencers and just like a really good overview of influencer marketing in general. So I'll be linking that in the description for you to watch after this video. I was only able to set up one shout out, and a lot of the pages that I actually hit up, some of them didn't respond, most of them did respond, but were actually booked up until like a week out. So that wasn't gonna work. So I was only able to make one good deal, and I'll share the page with you guys in a second. But honestly, after I finished this challenge, I realized all of the things that I did wrong, and I think that is where we're gonna be able to get the juiciest value out of, because I'm sort of gonna self-audit this whole thing. So first of all, here is the store and here is the product. I named it Dove Brush, which honestly is a pretty decent name. It's not that great, but I came up with it because I saw this product. So I actually started this store by finding a product first, as opposed to, you know, making a store and then finding products. And the reason why, it's because that's the fastest way to actually make a store. You know, if I would plan like a long-term store, I would definitely plan out things more thoroughly, like the niche and everything. But for this, I just literally had to pick a product that I thought was promising and that I could make work. So first things that I looked for was something that wasn't too expensive, because with influencer shoutouts, in my experience, it tends to work best with lower ticket products, things below $50. So here it is. This is the store, and it's very clean. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my store design skills definitely show on here. You know, I definitely killed it with the store in terms of design. Now let me tell you sort of how I did things here. First of all, this is sort of a custom image. This had text all over it, and all I did is on Shopify itself, I was able to edit out some of the text, and some of these other images I actually found on Amazon. So I did find this product on Amazon, and honestly, that's kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not advising anybody to do that, and I definitely wouldn't do that if I was building like a long-term store, which I advise all of you guys to do. But for this challenge, I only had a little bit of time, so I just try to find the best sort of images that I could to make my product page really professional and really congruent. And as you can see, it was pretty simple but very branded. I didn't want this to look like a dropshipping store, because one thing that I found after I picked the product is that so many people right now are advertising makeup related products like an insane amount. I understand that beauty is a huge niche and lots of money to be made there, but that's actually mistake number one. If I had to do this over again and in a future challenge, I'm probably not gonna pick a beauty product, and especially not this one. Honestly, I don't know anything about beauty. Like I know a little bit, but after I showed this store to my girlfriend, while she did think it was really clean, she really didn't like the product. She thought it was too generic. Like it's just a brush at the end of the day. Like there's really nothing too special. But when I saw this product, I was like, oh man, this is so cool. Like this brush like helps have like a clearer complexion or something. But in reality, I guess most makeup brushes do that, so there's nothing too special about this one. That's one thing that I didn't really think through. Like I just saw this product, I saw I had a ton of orders on AliExpress, and it had an amazing video that I could use for an ad. So I just chose it, and I started doing research on other makeup brands so that I could learn like the terminology that they use, and that's how I came up with this product description. As you can see, we just basically did some basic copywriting here, and I try to include, of course, the benefits of the product, and I didn't really talk too much about the features, except for right here when I mentioned how there's like tons of micro bristles, but it's still mainly catered to the benefits of the product. And at the end here, I mentioned some of the benefits reiterated so that it's really easy and clear to understand for the customer if they do scroll down this far. And of course, a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. I'm definitely trying to make sure that these customers are enjoying the product. And if they're not enjoying the product, I'm more than willing to give them a refund. Of course, make a refund policy that makes sense to you. In this case, like I said, I'm down to give them a refund because this isn't a super serious store. So here's the AliExpress listing that I used. This is another thing that drew me to this product, is the fact that it shipped from the United States. I only recommend people to ship things from the US, and the reason why is if your shipping times are extremely slow, it's gonna be very, very hard to sustain your business. I mean, Facebook is really on top of customer feedback ratings nowadays. So is PayPal. With my actual US brand, I've never had to deal with any Facebook bans, any PayPal holds, or even Shopify payment bans. We still use Shopify payments, PayPal, and the same ad account that we've used this whole time with zero issues. And I think that's largely because our shipping times are actually really reasonable and competitive. So please, if you learn anything from this challenge and you watch any of my recent videos, always test products that have US shipping. Now, of course, this doesn't always mean that they ship from the US. Sometimes it just means that your AliExpress supplier is gonna be using UnExpress and still shipping directly from China, but that's still not bad, right? Like, it's still gonna be much faster than ePacket or any sort of other shipping. So here's the product, and as you can see, it has an amazing video that you're able to use. This is a video made by the supplier, and it's really, really good, which was awesome. And it's the main reason that I was drawn to this product, as I just mentioned. And of course, it had a low price. I mean, I'm still selling it for $15.99 here, and I have it on sale for 50% off. And I used a little bit of scarcity here through the banner saying flash sale 50% off today only, so that people, just as a little bit of scarcity. Now, I didn't add scarcity in the product description because I didn't want it to look spammy. And I know every other dropshipping store out there is doing like countdown timers or really spammy sort of scarcity, but I didn't want to go that route. I just wanted to instead put it in the announcement bar so that it's not all in your face and super spammy. Now, another thing that I did is I actually made the colors of the stars and the banner header, so basically the accent colors on the store, I made it the same color as this cream here. I looked at the images that I had, and the common theme is this sort of skin looking color, and that's why I decided to use it. And then of course the other color is black because I think, the contrast with the cream color looks really, really good. I could have also used white or even pink, as you can see, just for my product variants, but I think black looked the most professional. And from the research that I did on other makeup brands, it does seem to be, the color that most brands use. And I think it's just because it gives off like a luxurious feel. Now, here's the results. I'm not gonna lie, like, I was actually disappointed. When I was done with the store, I was like, oh man, this is too easy, right? Like, I'm easily gonna make money. The store is super clean. Why would somebody not buy this, right? And yeah, we only made 4 sales. We ran a 24-hour shout out here on August 2nd, and we made $50 that day, and then 1 sale on the next day. And the page I use is called DIY Makeup. I'll post it up here, and they charged me $30 for a 24-hour feed post and story post with a link in bio. I thought that was pretty reasonable. They have 150,000 followers, and I saw that they actually had really good engagement as opposed to a lot of other makeup pages that did reply to me but had really bad rates. And as you can see, they actually shared some of the stats with me of the posts that they did, like the feed post, and it got over 3,000 likes and 630 saves. So I'm really surprised that we didn't do better. Like, I thought we'd at least reach $200 in sales, but at least we're still profitable on this one. And another thing that I did wrong that I think would have actually increased my conversion rate is I didn't have an Instagram page for the brand. So I just ran this shout out randomly. I didn't even bother to make an Instagram page for it. Usually the way that I would do it is, of course, I would create all the social medias for my brand, and I would have probably asked the theme page to shout out my page as well so that I could gain followers and so that people could actually see that we're a real brand. In this case, I didn't have anything. I just told them to put the link in bio and that's it. I definitely think that sketched some people out and it made them not buy anything. Now, another thing I didn't do is had any sort of upsells. I did have the time to do it, but I don't know. I guess I was just a little bit lazy. I just thought that I could get away with just doing this, but in the future, I would definitely use something like discounted upsells to add just a quantity upsell, like a 50% off brush if you buy 2, for example. And another thing I didn't do is I actually didn't make a logo. So this is literally just the text from the Shopify store. I didn't make a logo because I tried different variations for logos and none of them looked good in my opinion. So I just chose this instead. I thought this was better than nothing, so I kept it. And then the last thing that I didn't do, which I wish I would have done, I didn't have any sort of abandoned cart emails being sent out, any flows at all, or any SMS marketing at all, which is actually huge. Abandoned cart recovery texts have made a huge difference in my brand. So I really wish that I would have added it to this store because I think it would have made a huge difference. So let me know what you guys think of the store. If I was doing this for a longer term challenge or something like that, I would definitely create a niche store so that I could expand my product line in the future. I don't really like to make the name of the store the same name as the product, but in this case, I just wanted to get something out super quickly. And of course, I was gonna ditch the store after this challenge anyways, so I felt that this was the best way to do it. So just to sum everything up, honestly, this challenge could have gone a lot better had I taken the time to just really pay attention to the details and set the store up properly with all the back-end things that I usually set up for my actual brands. And this is part of the reason why at the beginning I said that I really don't believe 24 hours is enough. Of course, it is enough to get something going, but had I spent an extra 24 hours on this, I definitely would have been able to see a much better return on my investment. But even though we didn't completely crush this challenge, I do think we succeeded in finding a product that sells. And if I had more time to continue testing new things, we definitely could make this product work. So I guess we'll leave that for another challenge in the future. This will definitely not be the last challenge you see on my channel. And with all that being said, I really hope you learned something out of this video and you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.